I have had the honor and the privilege over the last, 30 years to be a part of several funerals and funeral processionals. And as the pastor, I have the honor and the privilege of riding at the front of the line, behind the police car, and just in front of the hearse. And I've found something that's almost true every single time. You can have all the wealth in the world and all the possessions. You can have risen to the top of the social ladder, climbed in the business world as high as you can go, whatever it may be. And just because you are wealthy as far as this world is concerned, that does not necessarily mean that you impacted people in their lives for the good and in a positive way. I have been at the front of many a funeral processional of people who I would have considered to be very rich people, people who did very well financially during their lives. But you look behind the hearse and there aren't that many cars. Now that may be because the person outlived all their friends, because most of their family and friends are in another part of the country or the world, whatever it may be. So there may be reasons why there are not many cars in their funeral processional, but oftentimes it's simply because they didn't take the time to invest in people the way that they invested their money in stocks and bonds and mutual funds and whatever. They spent their entire lives focused on wealth and possessions as opposed to being a blessing to folks around them and trying to encourage them and help them and really be involved in their lives. And on the flip side of that, I have done the funerals of folks who, as some would say, were poor as Job's turkey, didn't have a lot of money. They certainly weren't able to buy many people anything, give them possessions of some kind, but they were able to invest in them with love and time and respect and encouragement. And they rejoiced with them when good things happened, and they cried with them and wept with them when difficult things happened, and they were just always there to pick them up when they needed somebody to pick them up. So those people's funeral processionals oftentimes, man, cars going forever. I mean, you just look up behind the hearse and just car after car after car after car. They're just everywhere. And so I don't know if it's a selfish goal to want to have a bunch of cars behind the hearse in your funeral processional, but I do, because I think that today, if you meet a funeral processional, and as we do in the South, we'll pull over to the side of the road out of respect for that person and their family, whether we knew them or not. If you have to pull over and you only have to wait just 30, 40 seconds or a minute because there's just a car or two behind the hearse, not always, but sometimes it means that person they were kind of selfish and they didn't expand their circle with love and kindness. But on the flip side of that coin, if you have to sit on the side of the road for several minutes because cars keep coming, you're like, wow, a lot of people love that person, cared about them, and they must have really been investing their lives into the lives of everybody around them, because these people took the day off work, they took time out of their schedule to be a part of this funeral processional, and not just go to the funeral, but I mean drive all the way to the cemetery, be with them till they're buried. I want folks to have to sit on the side of the road and think, dang, my gosh, when's the car's going to stop? So I believe that the cars behind the hearse, they tell a story. And that story is more often true than not. Do you want to have a bunch of cars in your funeral processional? Well, then you be nice to everybody around you today. You love them, and they'll be with you till the day you die.